As an AI skeptic in general, I don't believe in the narrative that AI is our Lord and Savior, as some of the lunatics on LinkedIn seem to do. However, I still think it's important to learn these tools and use them whenever you can save time or automate monotonous tasks. For example, I find it quite tedious to come up with good commit messages and keep track of any rules my company has set up for them. The same is true for creating pull requests, which I find especially annoying if I have to stick to a template. And of course, there's everyone's nemesis, fixing merge conflicts. In this video, I want to show you tools for all of these and a few tricks to improve your Git workflow, regardless of whether you use AI or not. Let's start with the most obvious one, which is generating commit messages. There's an open source tool called AI Commits that lets you do exactly that via the command line. You can install it via npm and set your OpenAI key like this. Then you can just add your changes to Git and run AI commits to generate a commit message that describes your added changes. You can also configure the tool to output the commit messages in this special format, which some companies use. The format is called conventional commits and follows a standardized spec to make commit messages more human readable and also machine readable. For example, you can use this to auto-generate a changelog for your users. I really wish that the commit message generation was more customizable though. For example, an option that would let me customize the prompt would be really nice. I also recommend changing the model to the latest OpenAI model, since the tool still defaults to GPT 3.5 Turbo. I set it to GPT 4.1 in my testing and got much better results. Since the number of tokens per prompt is usually really low, I think the cost increase is negligible and totally worth it to me personally. Unfortunately, the tool only supports OpenAI models, and it doesn't seem to be actively maintained, with the latest release being from May 2023, and lots of open issues and pull requests on GitHub. So if you want something more powerful, you can check out GitKraken Desktop, who, I'm proud to say, is the first sponsor ever on this channel. They recently added the same feature to their already pretty great Git client, and asked me to do an honest, balanced review of their client as a whole. Let me open the repo where I can see the commit I just made via the command line here. I can undo or reset the commit in GitKraken, even though I originally created it via the terminal, which is pretty neat. This will move the changes back to staging, and I can view them here. Clicking this button will auto-generate both the short commit summary and a longer commit message. What's nice about this is that I can even provide custom instructions that will be sent to the LLM along with the prompt. Though in my testing this only works some of the time, and you have to add pretty strong language for the LLM to follow these instructions. That said, the generated message is still a pretty nice starting point, and even if the LLM messes up a bit, it still saves me some context switching if I just need to make some slight adjustments to the text. GitKraken even includes some AI credits for this in their subscription. You can also enter your own API key and even switch to other models from various providers. You can also provide a custom URL, for example if your company is proxying AI usage for security reasons. Note that if you don't like all this AI stuff or are worried about leaking secrets, you can also disable it entirely. GitKraken also comes with its own CLI tool, which lets you use the AI commit feature from the terminal and even works across multiple repos. The CLI also has pass-through for normal Git commands, so you can use it as a drop-in replacement for the regular Git CLI. Another cool interaction with Git and AI is when I start vibe coding and use Claude Code in YOLO mode. For example, I was recently working on this cool cell visualization, which is rendered entirely on the GPU with WebGL shaders. It runs in the browser in real time at 60 FPS and scales up to tens of thousands of cells. I'll show you more of it in a future video. As an AI skeptic, I have to admit that Claude Code was super helpful in creating this, and I've started to just let it do its thing in YOLO mode, where I don't even check the changes it makes to the files until it's fully done with my prompt. This works especially well when you only give it relatively small, self-contained tasks, like writing or even just filling in a single function. Although it's even gotten quite good at bigger changes. For example, I was initially doing part of the rendering on the CPU, which was much too slow. I then told Claude to move it to a shader on the GPU, and it was able to do that with only minor intervention from my side. Once I'm happy overall with the changes the LLM made, but still have a few minor corrections to make, I usually don't run the next prompt immediately. But instead, I commit the changes first with a message that marks it as work in progress. I then tell the LLM to fix the bug or complete the feature, and once it's done, I simply amend the commit and change the commit message to its final version. This enables a really nice workflow even without using AI, where I start working on a feature, make an initial commit, and keep iterating on it and amending my changes as I go. Once I'm happy with it, I make the final amend where I also update the commit message and then I push it. Be careful though. You should only amend commits that you haven't pushed yet, or if you're absolutely certain that nobody else is working on the same branch. Since amending the commit changes its commit hash, you'll have to force push after amending an already pushed commit. If you'd like to better understand why, check out this video where I explain the dangers of force pushing in more detail. I think GitKraken could be a bit more clear on this, since it will happily amend pushed commits without asking first. You can even change the commit message on older commits, which under the hood is actually doing a rebase. This is great for power users, but could be a bit confusing for newcomers, especially since you can't undo this action. That said, the rebase feature in GitKraken is really powerful. For example, in the workflow I explained just a moment ago, instead of constantly amending the same commit, I can also just make a fresh commit after each prompt. Once I'm done with the feature, I can squash the commits together into a single commit. For example, let's look at these 3 commits here. What's nice is that when I select them, I can see the merged diff. Then I can just squash them together into a single commit like this. There's also an interactive rebase, which lets you squash, edit, or delete commits. You can also do this via the command line, as I shown in a previous video, but I have to say the UI for this here is really nice. You can also easily revert or cherry pick commits, and GitKraken even has full support for Git worktrees, which is a feature where you can check out multiple branches at the same time. See my full video on this here. Coming back to AI, another cool feature is the commit explainer. You can select any commit in the history and hit the explain button to get an AI generated summary. What's really cool is that you can even select multiple commits at once and generate a cumulative summary for all the changes made in them. For example, I can select all the commits made on this branch here and then get a full summary for all of them. If you're sick of all the AI stuff and you'd rather just read the damn code, you can do that too, of course, by opening it in the built-in Diff viewer. This also has some pretty neat view options where you can view the changes either as hunks, inline in context with the rest of the file, or in a split view. I also like that you can view all the files at this point in time, even if they haven't been touched in that specific commit. The Diff viewer is particularly helpful when you're going through some uncommitted changes before you stage them to be committed. You can stage individual hunks and even lines, although I think that the UI for staging individual lines could be a bit nicer. I think other GUIs do this a bit better. One thing GitKraken does do better than some other GUIs I've tried is speed and responsiveness of the UI. Everything feels super snappy and fast, even when loading large diffs or long commit graphs with lots of branches, like the Linux kernel here, which has more than 1 million commits. I like the way the commit graph is rendered with the thumbnail of the commit author visible, allowing me to figure out which coworker to blame at a glance. What's nice is that any saved stashes are also shown here in the graph. You can see what commit you are on when you saved the stash and view the diff. Alternatively, you can see all of them combined in the sidebar, where you can also see a list of all local and remote branches. Switching branches is also quick and simple by just double-clicking the branch or using the branch switcher in the toolbar. Speaking of the toolbar, special shout out to this menu, which lets you set the default action on pull, which I highly recommend you set to rebase. I explained the advantage of doing this in detail in this video. You can also easily merge branches by simply dropping one onto the other, and if there's a merge conflict, there's a pretty slick merge UI that lets you pick the changes you want and make manual edits if necessary. GitKraken just released a feature preview of their AI merge conflict resolution. When I click this button here, the LLM will attempt to solve the conflict and give me confidence values for each change it proposes. I can then either accept those changes or make my own edits. The built-in terminal is also worth a mention, since it has a pretty nice autocomplete for all Git commands and even shows all the options for each command as you type. I really wish that it also worked with my own Git aliases that I've set up. For example, I have mapped Git status to Git st, but since GitKraken doesn't know about that, I have to hit return twice to run the command, which kinda messes with my muscle memory. Still, I think seeing all the available commands and options can be super helpful to those that are new to Git and are still learning. What definitely isn't newbie friendly, however, is the undo feature. I think it's a really cool feature in theory, but it's pretty hard to tell which actions you can undo and which ones you can't. For example, someone new to Git might want to rewrite an old commit message without knowing that this will actually do a rebase under the hood, thinking that they can undo it. Especially since GitKraken doesn't warn you when you rebase a branch that you've already pushed, this can be a bit of a foot gun. I also once accidentally discarded an uncommitted change in the Diff viewer and hit Command Z to restore it. But instead the undo just removed my last commit. While GitKraken has an article that explains all the available undo actions, I think this could be communicated a lot better in the UI. That said, for power users, the undo feature is really useful, since you can easily undo accidental commits, resets, and even amends. In general, GitKraken tends to be more focused on experienced users that collaborate in teams. It has deep integration with GitHub and lots of other providers, allowing you to view and interact with issues. It's also easy to create a new pull request from a branch, and the AI generation also works for creating the pull request. If your company is using a template, the generation will stick to that as well. You can also assign people and labels as needed. In the Launchpad, you can view open pull requests across all repos, interact with them, and even start a review directly from the client. This allows you to manage the entire dev process from the first feature commit to merging the pull request, including a full review, without ever having to switch to the browser. There's also a really nice repo launcher with a search bar, which comes in handy especially for bigger companies with lots of repos, or to keep track of my hundreds of side projects. One feature I really miss here is being able to drop repos from the Finder into GitKraken or onto the app icon, though you can work around it by clicking Browse and dropping them into there. You can have many repos open simultaneously in tabs, which are searchable for all you crazy tab hoarders. Tabs are saved across restarts, and you can even reopen closed tabs like in the browser. What's also extremely cool is that you can create custom profiles that let you easily switch between a set of open repos. This way you can also sign your commits with a different username and email, which is also synced to your global Git config in case you also want to make commits from outside GitKraken, like your IDE or the command line. For example, you can have one profile for work and one for your side projects, or another company if you're one of those secretly overemployed remote developers. This even lets you connect multiple GitHub accounts simultaneously. Open tabs are also remembered across profiles. Another nice power user feature is the command palette, like in VS Code. You can activate it with Command P and use it to run Git commands or run actions in the client. Overall, I think that GitKraken is a mature, feature-complete Git client with AI features that are actually useful and a lot of nice usability perks, especially for power users. So if you've got some extra VC cash to burn, use my referral link to get 50% off GitKraken Pro. Have a great day, and thanks for watching Philomatics.